Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
What is going on, faithful? It is Tuesday, which means I'm smiling. I'm happy. I'm here with the freaking man himself, Wayne Breeze. Good Lord, Wayne Breezy. I don't know why that was so good. How are you today, Wayne?
I'm doing good, John. I'm doing real good. I just wanted to get that out there.
I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Bro Montana says Taco Tuesday plus John and Wayne. You know I love tacos.
Wait a
Everybody
minute.
knows
Thank you, bro. That's what I want. I couldn't figure out what I wanted. I didn't even know today was Tuesday. But now I went to the store yesterday, John, and I saw tacos. And I said, I want tacos.
Every
I
day,
think I'm going to make tacos tonight.
Oh, nice. Now, we got a fun episode for you guys today. It's titled 49ers Draft Bets. So what I asked Wayne to do, and I'm going to do this as well, this is an offensive-only draft bets, okay? So this was hard. This is difficult. The Niners have picks in bunches, and I love all the hashtag CCs. Really appreciate you guys, and the hashtag BBs for Brady Bunch. Which is a lot of fun. And if you guys enjoy these Tuesday shows, just remember, we do the same thing Friday morning on Wayne's show, which if you need Wayne's show, it's in the description of this video. Just type in Wayne Breezy. It pulls up. And so, yeah, that's where that's going to be. So, you know, if you want the double bubble, you want twice as much, that's where that's going to be. Now, the 49ers picks are interesting because they're kind of grouped into three separate sections. Now, I do think there'll be some trades. But they have 3 third-round picks right in a row. They have 3 fifth-round picks within about 20. And then they have 4 or 5, really, a late 6th and then 4 7. So they're clustered into groups of 3. So the task that I gave Wayne and myself today is you have to pick one offensive player for each cluster, okay? You got to pick one player that you think that they will land in the third-round group, one in the 5th round group, and then one in the 6th to 7th round group. So we're going to kind of argue back and forth a little bit. We're going to see how this goes. Some of these might be some names you've heard of, but I promise you I got one name you have not heard of just yet. And as we go through this, I want you to participate with us if you are watching from home, wherever. I want to know which person you think, again, offensively, that we're going to grab. So, Wade, when I sent you this message, what was your first reaction? Because I think I felt it across, from different time zones.
Hold on. Let me get it set up. My first reaction was this mother. I was like, really?
It's hard, man. It's hard. I asked Croc on the show yesterday to pick one guy that he really he couldn't give a name because it's difficult. It's difficult.
I think what makes it even more difficult, shout out to Eric Crocker, what makes it more difficult is that the 49ers, you can say that their 11 starters are there on offense and on defense, and so it's like we're trying to the team is set. It's like there's not a blaring hole. I know a lot of people want to fill that right tackle spot with some better talent, but would a rookie be better than a veteran? Like that,
Probably
like that's
right off the bat.
See what I'm saying? So it's kind of like weird. I mean, off in the long run, yes, you're hoping the rookie develops, but I think the 49ers, there's no blaring hole on offense or defense. They filled in the spots. And the 49ers over the last 7 years were able to do this by building the community that they have, by building this kind of, like, I would say, stable. And then now they're just working in players like around the clock. And that's what the 49ers are. They're a well-oiled machine, and they continue to find ways to compete in NFC championships. We'll leave it at that. And so I don't know who to pick. I don't know. I don't know who we're getting.
Yeah. Niners could go anywhere. And they have their own like weird boards anyway. Like they are not a consensus board type team. They have their guys and they don't care about everybody else.
I'm glad you said that, bro, because I still don't understand Mike McGlinchey. I still don't understand, and this is the pre-Kyle era. I just don't understand why they pick guys that we just weren't even looking into.
Yeah, we did 294 in our draft book, right? I already know there's only like 260 guys get drafted. So like we did more than are going to be drafted, but I know there's going to be 3 or 4 guys I didn't even watch. Like I just know it, and it's going to bother me, and that's okay. That's okay. And man, before we jump into this, Debster, thank you so much. The 49ers brought in a new wide receiver. He's not new. He's a little old, 8th year in the league. Wide receiver Chris Conley. He's played lots of places. Now, you have to look back, okay? So we're going to talk about Chris Conley for a brief second here, but you got to look at what the Niners do this every year. Right before the draft, they say, what are our shallowest positions? Let's fill the back end of that roster just so we don't have to draft a certain guy here. Chris Conley's he's different than anybody else we have on our team currently. 6'3", 200 plus pounds. Like he's big, strong, physical, speed, can't change direction. Does not fit. Shanahan's like mold, but he is that kind of veteran presence in a very young wide receiver room. I don't even know if he's going to make the 53-man roster, but like anytime we sign somebody new, it's fun. I'm excited to break them down when we do our 90-man roster. But yeah, like he's a vertical threat only. Like he's a height, weight, speed guy that can run straight, can't change the directions. Like just not his game.
I mean, I look at it slightly different. I agree with everything you're saying, but man, he's competition. He's competition for Danny Gray. I don't think Danny Gray can change directions much either, even though we did start to see him do a couple of little things. He can't get open, and changing directions. And so here's the thing. Kyle Shanahan's going to bring in the older guy. He's about 30 years old, Chris Conley, right? And they're going to battle. We have 8 wide receivers on our roster, and I feel like there are only 2 locks. And after that, it's a competition.
I like that. Conley is this year's Willie Snead. Well said. And Klarsard, I like what you said about he's a better fit for Trey. No doubt about it. So you're talking vertical threat. Trey Lance, strong arm, right? Throws it deep. So, if he's somebody, and Willie Snead made the roster, well, he was cut and then came back and made the roster, and they kept elevating him and stuff, like playing early in the season. I could see that again. I really, really could.
For sure. Especially with the veteran and the way that the new rules are for them to be eligible for the practice squad and things like that. So that's spot on.
That's right. Yeah. So we got Clayton behind the scenes. I know he was going through some fun connection problems, but we got the man. So today is going to be good. When Clayton shows up, the mad scientist.
Smooth sailing.
It's just smooth, man. It's just smooth. He is the, how do I say this? The ball bearings of the 49ers Rush podcast. I like that. He didn't like that. We'll workshop that.
I'm not even going to repeat it, but I get it.
All right. Let's get into these draft bets. Here we go. You have to pick one offensive player that the 49ers, that you're confident. If you had to say, look, I'm putting my money on this one player that the 49ers will land in that cluster of 3rd round picks. Now, if they trade, it doesn't matter. That still fits into that cluster. Wayne, you have the floor, my friend. If you are watching, I want to hear who you think the 49ers will land as well. Offensive only in that 3rd round cluster of picks.
All right. So not the first, but my 3rd round selection out of the cluster of the picks is going to be a position that the faithful are going to scratch their head because the 49ers
Kicker's not on offense.
Huh?
Kicker's not on offense. You're not doing a kicker, are you?
I'm doing a running back, and it's the 3rd round.
You've been consistent, man.
I have to be consistent, and so
I already know what you're gonna say.
I'm going with running back out of Pitt, Israel Abanikanda. I think I said it right the second time. There it is. Oscar's got him.
Are you and Oscar? Is that your burner right there? Or
no? I mean, I need to create a burner account so I can have more subscribers. Yeah, but I might have to create 10 burner accounts after we finish this. I'm almost getting to 3K. But no, seriously, Oscar, I'm with you. People keep asking me why, and it's like it's simple. I know we have 4 running backs in the stable. Why not add another one? Add a different one with a different dimension too, like a different set of skills, right? This kid is speed. He catches out of the backfield. My comp is Juice McKinnon. Like that's kind of like who he was, the Jet McKinnon. I'm sorry. That's my comp for him. But when the Jet was really strong coming out of college. I don't know if you remember him coming out of college. Like he could lift like tugboats and stuff. And
Georgia
so
Southern.
yeah, the boy was strong and he was fast. Why they call him the Jet? Well, this kid is faster than the Jet. He has hands, really good hands out of the backfield. So you're getting that right off the bat. And so I like Izzy. They call him Izzy. Izzy Smalls is the illest. I'm going with Izzy. That's my 3rd round pick for the 49ers.
I love it. You know, the Niners met with them. And if you want to watch, I would argue this. He has the best single game tape of any player in this draft. If you go watch him versus Virginia Tech, listen to these numbers. One game, 320 yards, 6 touchdowns. In one game.
Can I add to that? I'm glad you brought that up, and this is why I love you. Can I add that's the same reason why they drafted TDP? There was one game.
And Sermon, too. Sermon did the same thing. I didn't even think about this.
Do you see this trajectory going on?
You see it, and Kyle Shanahan says this dude can take over a game. Check.
That's the guy. I feel like that's the guy. I feel like we have 3 third-round picks, but from my cluster of third-round picks, he's got to be the dude. Offensively, boom, you don't skip a beat.
Yeah, he's got it. 20 touchdowns, man, in 1 year.
What's his receiving yards?
He had 12 receptions, 146 yards. They didn't throw the ball to him a lot.
They didn't, but I can dig it.
I didn't see, I didn't see anything negative in his tape in the 2 games I watched of him. But I don't know. He does have tiny hands, 8.25-inch hands, which is like tiny.
That's really tiny.
But yeah, that's interesting.
Well, let's talk about since you have his stats up. How many times has he fumbled?
I do not have fumbles up on this. Let me see here.
All right, no problem. We'll look that up. We'll get that information. Because with the tiny hands, you want to know if he can grip this ball. Would that be a problem? 49ers are really big on running backs and ball security. But I'm telling you, like his speed alone, like what we're missing in the 49ers offense, and we get a lot of penalties because sometimes it takes a long time for plays to develop and these running backs to get through these holes. This kid is just gone. Gets the ball, he's Audi 5000. I know I'm old and date myself, but that's what he is.
He's in returner too. He had a 98-yard kickoff return touchdown early on in his career, so he can do that as well. It's so that's there. I like him. I mean, he's a damn good player. The 3rd round's going to make a lot of people upset. You remember when we were hanging out in Vegas and they drafted Ty Davis Price? Because we were in a room of Niners fans. We were doing it live.
The reaction was
not great. Not great, Bob.
But it was real. It was a real reaction.
Yeah, they got pissed. Now, having said that, we are going to be live days 1 and day 2 of the draft. Wayne's going to be with me day 1. My buddy Charles Barr, if you guys remember him, he's going to be with us as well. So we're going to be live. Even though the Niners don't have a pick, we're going to be covering it. So join us. Make sure that you come hang out and have a good time with people of like minds that want to have a good time with you. All right, let's go. My turn. Let's see here. I'm going offensive line, and I'm not going sexy, but this is a guy that I just really, really like. I'm going guard/tackle, Braden Daniels out of Utah. I really like this guy. 6'4", 297, gave up 0 sacks, 0 quarterback hits, could play everywhere. 1,400 career pass snaps, and gave up 0 sacks this year, 5 total in his entire career. Just keeps getting better and better. He has double-digit starts, left tackle, right tackle, and left guard. I like him. High IQ, strength, fun guy. So Braden Daniels would be mine. I know that we got some answers in here. Richard Garage. Ooh, Juan. What's up, Juan Salas? Yeah, I like him a lot. And Juan likes him too because I sent him tape of Florida to break down, and Juan cut it up. He looks good, man. He's a Niners fit. What's up, Peachy? How we doing, girl? So yeah, there's some fun ones in there. In the 3rd, Tobias, I see you. He says A.T. Perry, and Yaya Steen in the 3rd. So he's got 2 offensive guys.
Tyler Steen, yeah.
Tyler Steen was high on my list.
He's high on my list too. I don't know if Jalen Duncan from Maryland will be around, but he would be high on my list.
That was so little known. I wasn't going to tell this to everybody. I picked 2 players
Just
for
in
each
case
one because I didn't know if Wayne was going to pick mine. I wanted to have somebody different.
I like
Braden
it.
Daniels was 1. Jalen Duncan from Maryland was 2.
What's funny is Jalen Duncan is my 1, and then Braden Daniels would have been my 2 in the 3rd round if I was going tackle. That's crazy. Now, see, I'm assuming also like Blake Freeland may be gone and things like that, who
don't
I
think he'll
feel
be there.
like may have a tad bit, just slightly edge over some of these guys, but it all comes down to preference. It all comes down to you want. Do you want athleticism in the run game? Then that's the guy you're going to go with in the zone scheme of the run.
Tackle
we
only.
run.
He
Tackle
can't
only.
play
He's
anything
not.
else.
You went versatility. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it a lot.
And again, like on my big board, let me just see here. I'm curious where I have him slated. I've got him really, really high in the 2nd round. BYU. I think
Oh,
I've got him as
really?
like a top 50.
Wow.
I do. I do.
Yeah,
Just
he
because the
tested
tackle only.
and he tested so well. Like that was the thing. Like he tested well. I'm sure they're gonna watch the film. They're gonna find his weaknesses, but he tested really well. And sometimes when people test well, it kind of stands out to you. You kind of
He's
go with that.
53rd on my big board. Like tackles go up every year. Tackles,
You're right.
corners, quarterbacks go up. Safeties, off-ball linebackers, running backs go down. That's just
Hey man. Hey, you know what's
what
going on in the NFL, John, which is crazy? Tom Pelissero just put this out on Twitter. So the Steelers are working to finalize a trade to acquire veteran Allen Robinson from the Rams.
Oh, wow. Look at that. 29 years old. Man, they're going to be giving up like a 5th round pick swap. Because again, Allen Robinson, he's due $15 million guaranteed this year. And so Rams have already paid 5. So basically you're paying $10 million. Which he's probably worth 13 to 15 million. He's 29. It makes sense because you're trying to build around Kenny Pickett. I don't think the Rams are going to get much back. I think the top end of the market would be the Rams get a 3rd round pick and send a 5th back, something along those lines. Rams are just, man, they put out today, the Rams only have like 40 players signed. 40.
Wow.
Lowest in the NFL. To put that in perspective, I think Niners are at 67 now.
67, yes.
And they're trading another one of their starters. Like, a complete rebuild.
They got to figure it out. They got to figure it out.
They got Darnold and Stafford and Cup to sell some tickets, and that's it. There's nothing else, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if Stafford retires now. I mean, it may just be one of those things. But hey,
I think he already came out and said he's playing. But if he gets nicked up, I think you're going to see what happened last year where he just sits out. I'm good.
And save a season until they get some players to restock or rebuild. They're struggling with money, so that's their issue. I mean, they let so many people go.
I'm just all here for it, man. Like I think that I am somewhat of a nice person, but not when it comes to the NFC West teams not named 49ers. I hate the Cardinals. I hate the Rams.
And
I hate the
freaking hate the Seahawks.
I hate them.
It was hard
Capital
even
H.
being in Seattle. Like I didn't like it there. It was always gray. It was rainy. It was just nasty. I don't mind being in LA because I could find other stuff to do. Arizona, I've never been. I probably won't ever go. I don't know what's in Arizona but desert, so I'm cool. But
Clayton's like moving to Arizona. Like,
oh no,
next month. He's laughing.
I'm just saying, man. Like I can find things to do in these other cities, but like, hey, man, look. Well, this is look the Niners again. Hey, man, it's the cards you get dealt with. It's the way it is. So the 49ers can go crazy Uno on these guys, man. They got to figure it out. Stack this roster, stay healthy, and win the damn division again. That's the key.
Yeah, it's Stafford's last year. I agree with you, CJ. I don't think he's going to be there. Klarzard, Rams rent their players. CMC is thankful we didn't trade for him. Man, good gosh. Yeah, he got very, very, very lucky. And they did get their championship. Barely, but they got it. And it counts. They got it. So got to give it to them. Also, I hate them, and I hope bad things happen to all of them.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't want injuries or anything. That's all I'm saying. I just hope they lose all their games and do not get Caleb Williams. Win enough games, they don't get Caleb Williams. That's what
they're doing. That's what can you feel it?
I don't think even the Cardinals, if the Cardinals got the first overall pick, I don't know if they could draft Caleb Williams because that contract with the freaking what's his name? Short dude, Kyler Murray.
Murray?
Like those cap hits are huge. You're talking like $50 million cap hit next year.
Damn.
Next year. So I don't know. All right, let's get back on track.
All right,
Let's
fifth
go
round.
to the fifth round. Fifth round cluster. You got 3 picks within 20. If they stay still, there'll be some moving around. So again, in the chat, I need to hear from y'all. Clayton's going to be pulling these up. Who is your offensive projection fifth round target that if you had to pick one guy, not 2, not 3, one person that you think the Niners will grab offensively in that fifth round cluster?
All right. So this is tough.
I'm sorry. This is great.
All right. People, I'm gonna give you a name that I've mentioned before. I'm not sure if he's gonna be available here, but I'm going with the 6'5", 22-year-old tight end out of Purdue, Payne Durham. That's who I'm going with. That's my tight end. That's who I want. The red zone threat. That's what he is. He's a red zone threat. He's a big catch maker, right? He's not a yak guy, but he's a guy that can go up, hot point a ball, come down with it. He's a guy that can get open in routes. He's a bigger guy. And when he comes to the red zone, the dude is a monster.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going with
It's
Payne
fun
Durham.
watching him.
I didn't even know Trainwreck put that up there. I wasn't looking. I was looking. But nah, seriously, it's just him. There are a bunch of tight ends in this draft. And everybody's overlooking this kid, and I can't figure out why. I mean, because he doesn't have that breakaway speed, okay. Maybe we don't need that. Maybe we just need a solid dude that can catch a pass, get a first down, run somebody over. He doesn't go down on first contact either. So Payne Durham is my guy.
He is so fun. I love him. And I think he could do it all. That his body control, like you said, touchdowns, scored 8 touchdowns this past year. He just does it all. I really, really liked Purdue's tape offensively. They just had such a cool thing. So I would love if they got him. I'm going tight end as well. I'm going a guy that I have ranked below him. So Payne Durham is my tight end 9. I'm going tight end 10, and I thought this was who you were going to pick. Luke Schoonmaker, Michigan.
He was on my list too.
I'm just saying, man. I got them right next to each other, 9 and 10 tight ends. And I think this is a testament to this draft. It is crazy deep at the tight end position.
It's loaded.
Oh.
It's loaded. It's loaded. I love everything about Schoonmaker, man. I guess his blocking is crazy. He can get open. He can run routes. Like, he's a tight end that can run routes. And then he catches the ball. Like that, you get it into his vicinity. He's coming down with the ball. Again, not a speedy guy. Again, he could break tackles. But I think his greatest ability for me, John, is his ability to get open. And we talk about that in Kyle Shanahan. He's going to scheme, but sometimes there's just going to have to be some players that's going to have to figure out how to get open. I like his footwork a little bit better than Payne Durham's, but it's something about Payne Durham overall package that that sounds weird to say, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Say it, man. That's all right.
I'm not. But yeah, something about the overall making of Payne Durham.
The name itself, like
pain. I came to bring the pain.
That's right.
Yes.
What's your prediction for tomorrow night, Clubberling? Pain. Oh, I freaking love it, man. I love it. Some people get that reference. Some people do not. Clayton, did you get that reference? Clayton,
I didn't.
He did not get he's too young.
Clayton didn't get the reference?
He's too young. Somebody in the chat tell us what reference that comes from. Come on, we know the answer, but we need to bring it together. Now, I do have Payne over Schoonmaker. I think both are great fits. I love Major Payne. That's not what it is though, but I do like that. Major Payne. I love that. The tight end spot, like I get the need, and I think that in the third round for sure, but we'll see. Now, Charlie Jones in the 5th. I do like Charlie Jones. That's
crazy? Your wide receiver, right? It's funny because you know which wide receiver I liked?
Who do you like?
Ronnie Bell.
Yeah.
This is so funny.
Ronnie Bell's such a 49ers fit. Charlie Jones is not a 49ers fit. I don't think the Niners are going Charlie Jones. I do not think so. I don't think he doesn't fit the Shanahan whatever. He doesn't get separation. He's 90 yards after the catch. I just can't stop. He's so fun. And he catches everything.
He catches everything.
Ugh.
I mean, but at one point, does he have to be a Shanahan fit? Like if he's just a wide receiver that's drafted that is going to catch the pass, sometimes that's all you need. It's not always about the yak. It's always living for the next play. So let's see. It's going to be crazy, man. They have worked out. John, I did my list. They have worked out and met with and had visits with more wide receivers than any other position on a football team. It's wide receivers is leading the visits. That's crazy, right?
It's weird for Jacqueline. What's up, man? Just want to say, really appreciate you and your positivity. It's great to see you in the chat. You are incredible. I went through since Shanahan and Lynch showed up, and I counted every single draft pick that was used on each position group and where it was. Cornerbacks most drafted. Number 2 is wide receivers. They have gone after that position. They have spent, here you go. This doesn't even include trades. This is just the actual selected wide receivers. A 5th, a 2nd, a 7th, a 2nd, a 3rd, a 1st, a 7th, a 3rd. Like, that's just since Shanahan and Lynch showed up. They're going to keep going after this, and I think they should because you brought this to my attention. I can't take credit for this. Both Juwan Jennings and Ray McLeod, contract years.
Contract years. And then you got to look at the talent that they still have on the current roster. You look at Tay Martin, that was their practice squad guy. Does he get bumped up? And then they got a couple of vets, Daz Newsome, right? I don't know if he's a vet. And then they have the Chris Conley they just signed. So it's going to be interesting to see what the 49ers do because there are tons of wide receivers in this draft that can probably make an impact year one, even with limited snaps.
I would be willing to say this. We're talking bets. I would be willing to bet almost the farm that the Niners will get a wide receiver in the 3rd or 5th round.
I think
at least one.
I agree. It's they have 3 picks. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. It would have been cool if Clayton was on this exercise and we just did the 3rd and 5th round, and then everybody gave 1 of the 3 picks.
Yeah. Oh, see, Wayne, you're smarter than me, and that's not saying much, but congratulations. You got first place in a 2-horse race. That's what's up. That's what it is. Now, before we jump into our 7th round and get to some more questions, real quick, I'm so pumped about this. My bookie's back, and I am excited. We got a lot of bets for you guys up on Patreon. That's right. My bookie is back, and we have a whole betting segment just for the NFL draft. If you want to bet NBA playoffs, that is available. If you want to bet draft stuff, NFL futures, we got you covered. And over on our Patreon, we released a whole bunch of draft prop bets that you can jump in right now. And the odds are changing all the time. We're going to have more and more of those released throughout our episodes and on Patreon. All you got to do is just click, if you're watching this, click on the QR code right next to me, or go to mybookie.ag, use the promo code 49ERS, 49ers. That's going to give you the deposit bonus, up to $1,000. Now, rollovers apply, and if you have any questions, please check out their website. They explain it perfectly. But these guys are trusted. They're the best in the business. We've used them for years. The partnership, we help each other out. This is a product I believe in. Any bet that I endorse, I use my own personal money for that. And it's easy to get money in, easy to get money out. No matter what you want to bet on, they've got everything over there. So head to the best in the business, and that is MyBookie, using promo code 49ERS, 49ers, for your deposit bonus. And, hey, rack up, make the draft an even better experience. You don't have to bet a lot. I don't bet a lot. A lot of my bets are $2 to $5. Make it fun and enjoyable, and that's what we're here for. Bet anything, anytime with MyBookie. All right. Now, I put up, I think, about 25 draft bets that I'm already put on. Early on, before the draft, I like to go long shots because the odds are there, and I'll bet like $2, right? So, like, one of my favorite draft props that's up right now, Joey Porter Jr., the cornerback out of Penn State, being the first corner off the board. I don't think that he is the first corner, but if you want
Oregon,
I do too.
First.
But if you want to fit, it depends on the team. And that's why I like these bets, is because if you, like, the Steelers are the first to go
Oh, it's
corner,
Joey
and you
Porter.
want a physical corner, you're going Joey Porter.
Yeah.
And so bet 5 to win 110. The odds are just nuts. Now, do I think it's going to happen? Probably not, but I love these long shot bets for small amounts. Anyway, if you want more of those are over on Patreon. We got a bunch of those up. All right, let's go. Let's get to our last cluster of bets. The 6th to 7th round. You got 5 picks within this little frame. I do expect them to move around a lot. Wayne, and again, if you're watching, I need to hear, who do you expect? I see Oscar's got his up. Who is that offensive player in the 6th to 7th round that you would like them to get? I like it. He says Matt Landers out of Arkansas, strange tight end. I like him too. Penn State guy.
State.
All right, Wayne, take it away.
Yeah, I'm going with Mr. Irrelevant too, or part 2. So look, they brought this kid in three visits, not 1, not 2, but 3 visits. There's something about DTR that the 49ers are infatuated with, and we're all kind of sure what it is. It's ability to be a playmaker. He's a playmaker. I mean, at some point in the NFL, you just need a quarterback that can make a dang play, bro. And that's what he is. Can he do it on the professional level? Well, who knows? But bring him in here. You'll have another quarterback on the roster. He'll be here for what, 3-4 years on the cheap. You get him again. And this isn't if his stock hasn't risen a little bit, right? Because it's probably rising. I think the 49ers may be boosting his stock up more than any other team. And it could be a smokescreen because they could be looking at somebody totally different. But I think they get their Mr. Irrelevant. I didn't like Cameron Peoples. I didn't like the way he's not a good pass. He's not a good blocker, pass protector. I didn't like the way he held his blocks at the Senior Bowl. And he's kind of tall, too. And if he can't get low, he's going to get cracked in the NFL by these linebackers. So I'm not a big fan of Cameron Peoples, Ishmael. But listen, I'm telling you, I'm going with the quarterback here. I'm going with Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
He was the first name I wrote down. He was the first name. And
I knew it.
He just makes too much sense. And some of the most questions I get on DTR, and like people are saying 3rd round, I'm just like, whoa, pump your brakes there. Understand this. DTR and the Niners have done this in the past, and I understand the whole like, oh, the late round guy is going to be the stud. Oh, no, that's not who DTR is. Like, he's my quarterback 12. I've got a 6th round grade on him. Like, I don't think you're bringing this guy in to compete at all. Brock Purdy wasn't brought in to compete at all. He was a camp arm who played great.
He wooed them with something. And I feel like DTR, not to cut you off, has some type of it factor that has intrigued the 49ers. And so they're going to try to hide it for as much as they can. And they're really going to try to put this kid, they're going to bring him in for camp. So they'll draft a quarterback, bring him in for camp, and he'll have his chance. And there's a possibility that they let go. If Brock gets healthy, they might let go of Sam Darnold. I mean, the guaranteed money is not that much. And so we've seen them do it before. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Greg says DTR carried UCLA. Man, they had a lot of talent. Yeah. Charbonnet. Yeah. They've got the huge offensive lineman. Yeah, Jake Bobo. Like, I don't know, man. That's not a bad roster. I will say that. Like, are they amazing? Are they?
Is that where Antonio Mafi went?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who I have 49ers highly drafting. Like, he's a guard combo. He could play on the offensive line.
They got some guys. But DTR was incredible. 27 touchdowns, 10 interceptions with another 12 rushing touchdowns. Like, the dude balled out. But the problem is, he's 6'1", 203.
He's just Brock Purdy with a different color.
He ran a 4.5. Like, he's much better athlete. Yeah. But I didn't see like crazy juice. He's got acceleration. But again, 6th, 7th round pick.
John,
right?
He hurdled over 3 people, bro. That's crazy. That's all the juice I need.
Like, he's fun. I hope they get him. I really do. I hope they get him.
But the question is, does Kyle, if that was to happen, does Kyle want that? He felt like he had that like an RG3, who wasn't much of a hurdler as far as athletic. He was just fast. This kid is more, he knows how to protect himself a little bit more, right? Like I get that from DTR, but he's tiny.
Yeah, Coach Cruz says, how many games did DTR start in college? 48 is the correct answer there, which is a lot, an absolute lot. So 50 games played, 48 started, responsible for 88 touchdowns passing and 28 touchdowns rushing. He's a fun dude, man. I'm just saying.
The
He's
funniest part when we were talking about DTR on last Friday's episode, when you went into your
what I do.
rant, what did you do? You was like, "Yo, I love this kid DTR. I hate Chip Kelly, but
I
I
do.
loved like
I do.
the way you interjected that though. It was
Mhm.
so funny, guys. If you missed the episode, go back, watch that one part, put a star at it. It had me cracking up because I wasn't expecting John to say that, but he had to make sure he let y'all know that there was nothing about Chip Kelly he liked other than DTR.
There are two coaches that I will slam at every opportunity. They're the worst coach in Niners history, and I'll go to war on this. Dennis Erickson, that dude, terrible.
He was
Number two
terrible.
is Chip Kelly. The reason why I don't say Tom Sula is because he had such a positive impact for such a long time with the Niners before he became the head coach. I don't say Mike Singletary because, again, the drafts that were brought in during that time, turning around Vernon Davis's career, there were positives. There's nothing positive about Chip Kelly. There's nothing positive about Dennis Erickson, and I can't stand those people because they hurt my team. Maybe they're great humans. Chip Kelly's not. He's a piece of crap. I don't care. I hate Chip Kelly. I don't like him. I don't like him. Look what you did, Wayne. Look what you did.
But the
We were
way
talking
you
about DTR.
listen, the
And
way
you
you
did
slide
this.
it in, bro, is so smooth, man. Pause. It's smooth. The way that came in was smooth.
Yeah. And see, I don't blame anything on Tom Sula. Tom Sula is Tom Sula. Like, that dude should have never been a head coach. That's York's fault. That is not like he's Tom Sula. He can't trick anybody. Like, he's freaking Tom Sula, dude. Like, I don't know.
I'm with
Anyway,
you.
I'm sorry. Ugh. Shake it off now.
I'm
There we
curious
go.
to know who you went with in this round.
Okay, here we go. This one, I'm going weird. I'm going, this dude, he got a combine invite. This is a wide receiver that I was so high on for like a year and a half before the draft. Kansas State, Malik Knowles. I love this kid. Absolutely love this kid. He is the Shanahan type, 6'2", 193. I think he had a groin issue at the combine, so he couldn't do all of his testing. He is just so freaking fun, man. Jet sweeps, just everybody talks about Deuce Vaughn. I like Deuce Vaughn out of K-State. The playmaker outside of Deuce Vaughn was Malik Knowles, and the dude just did everything. Electric playmaker, yak guy, outside wide receiver, smooth routes. But I think this is where he goes, kind of 6th, 7th round, and whoever gets him, I'm very, very excited. He's a rush crush guy, and I'm just telling you right now, kick returner, yak, screens, slants. It's just what he does. So again, one of those hidden nugget guys that you're not going to hear talked about really a lot of places. But Malik Knowles, I'm telling you right now, this cat, freaking rush crush stamp. I
And I,
like
and I
this
could
guy.
and I could see it because, like you said, he's a Kyle Shanahan guy. He kind of fits the things that Kyle Shanahan likes to do. That's a bonus if Kyle Shanahan does tend to draft this kid. But listen, I don't know if any other team in the league would be able to get the use out of him like they want to if he doesn't go to Kyle Shanahan. So I can see Kyle Shanahan possibly not getting this kid, and I can see no one else drafting this kid because they might not know how to utilize him in their offense, or he might not fit them. And this be your rush crush, undrafted free agent that will come in here and give these kids, these wide receivers, a run for their money. So pay attention to what might happen.
I like it, man. And yeah, it's just fun. And, like we're talking about, real quick reminder, tomorrow we have our 1994 Patreon watch party, Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. PSC Pacific time. We have tomorrow's game is going to be fun. We got 49ers at Tampa Bay. You got the old
Ooh.
orange sickle uniforms,
Love
Hardy
those.
Nickerson.
Yes.
Ooh, it's going to be fun. Trent Dilfer. It's going to be a fun game. This is now we're the season, we're going through every game. Niners are rolling at this point. They are just, they blowing folks out. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's what we got. Clayton, are there any more questions or topics that we missed that we got to hit on? Sorry, I know he's jumping in and out. Not his fault, Clayton. I really do appreciate you. Here we go. Are we not going to be live day 3 when we have all of our picks? Yeah, CJ, day 3 is like 7 hours. And so again, they're going to be drafting some guys that maybe we haven't graded. So day 3 is going to be jump in and out for me. It's going to be a lot of smaller segments and things like that. Days 1 and 2 will be live. And then day 3, I'll be jumping in and out as, moves get made, as trades get made, all those different things. Here we go. Christopher, he says, have you checked out Gilmore from Marshall? Probably go undrafted, but has the pedigree. I'll just be honest. I have not. We did 294 and still missing guys. I'll be honest with you. If we did 350, I'd still be missing guys, but I have not. So thank you. Shoot me an email, 49ersrushpodcast@gmail.com. I'll do a little film work on him and kind of tell you my thoughts. Go ahead and hit me up there. Wayne, have you watched him or familiar with that prospect?
I'm not familiar with that prospect, but I would definitely like to get familiar. Shout out to Chris. Appreciate you.
And I don't want to be the guy that's up here just telling you like, oh yeah, he's this. I haven't watched him. And so I'm just being honest. I watch a lot of guys, but he's not one of them, sadly. But that's okay. It's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. Clarsart, John Wayne, do you guys think Deuce Vaughn, K-State, is a fit for our running back group, even though he's small? Go ahead, Wayne. You're the running back guy.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think that the 49ers particularly have a type of size or anything like that when it comes to running backs. You just have to be able to do a couple of things. One, you have to be able to pass protect. Number 2, you have to be able to hold on to the damn ball. So if he's fast and he can hold on to the ball, I would say yes, he would fit. He's not going to be a play, he's not going to get overlooked or overshadowed. I just think there are other guys out there that the 49ers are probably a little bit higher on, but he'll definitely fit in this offense. Deuce Vaughn had a good combine too, man. I remember watching him at the combine. I thought he was pretty damn good out there. So size doesn't matter when it comes to 49ers running backs. It all comes down to their ability to be able to block, protect that quarterback, and make their cuts and do those types of things. And most importantly, ball security. So yeah, if he's cool with that, he'll fit.
3 straight years in the Big 12 without missing a game. 34 career starts. Mm-hmm. He's got 651 career carries, receptions off the charts. There's a lot of positives. Several teams will not have him on their board because literally will throw his name off just because
he's small.
Again, we say small. He's 5'5", 179. He's the smallest running back ever to come out of the draft.
He would be the Muggsy Bogues of running backs.
But you cannot doubt the fight, the heart, the passion, the playmaking. He does it all. I don't know. I don't think the Niners are going to have him on their board. Maybe a 7th round grade for him,
or undrafted guy,
Yeah, it's weird, but I do think that he's going to go. I think somebody would take him in the 5th round. Again, there's lots of air raid type teams, that are space player teams. Niners just aren't that. And yeah, he's fun as heck. Shot Jay, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you guys. You are the best.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. All right. So let's wrap this up. I want to say thank you to the man himself, Wayne. Wayne, what do we got this week?
Hey man, we got the regular Wayne Breezy show Wednesday and Friday, 11 a.m. You'll be here on Friday, so it's gonna be cool. And then show on Wednesday with Larry Kruger on the same channel, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then the R&B show with our SF 49ers, aka Raj, on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Yeah, he's the man. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's my Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to all these shows. I'm looking forward to bringing you guys some really good quality content with some great people.
Dude, love it. I want to say thank you to Clayton behind the scenes, our executive producers, Timothy, David, Phillip, Kilton Niner, and 49ers George. You guys are the best. But that's going to do it for us here. Man, we're so close to the draft, Wayne. We're so freaking close.
So I'm counting 10 days, and I see people putting 9 days. And so do we not count today? Or I don't get it. So I'm going 10 because today ain't over yet. So
the way that I always references it is how many sleeps, right? This is a military thing, right? Okay. Like 9 sleeps. We got 9 sleeps.
So then don't say 9 days, say 9 sleeps. Because it's definitely 10 damn days. I just want people to.
It is 10 days. But I'm excited, and I want to stay in the moment. I don't want to just press forward, and I'm excited, but man, I'm pumped. The draft is my thing. This is a great time.
It sucks we're not going, but I mean, if we had a 1st round pick, we'd be there.
We had a second round pick. I was planning on going when we had a second and third round pick.
Yeah, then hey man, F them picks because we got Christian McCaffrey. But I'm just saying, like, next year will be a great year. I don't know where the draft is next year. It's probably in Vegas again, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. But we'll figure it out. But I'm excited to see what the 49ers do because none of us know. None of us. Like, we just don't know. We're set. The team is pretty much built. Now they got to fill a roster. And so they might just use all 11 picks again, and fill that roster. Yeah.
Wouldn't be mad. All right, guys. That's going to do it for us here today. Until next time, stay strong, faithful.